Miss Judy on the radio, building dreams and achieving more, telling it just like it is. Most of all, keeping it real. Are you ready for real talk? Changing lives and communities. Real talk. Saving all our families. Real talk. Bringing hope for you and me. Real talk. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. The number one talk show for stretching, empowering, inspiring, and motivating and helping leaders and up and coming leaders to excel in their leadership, especially women and girls. John Quincy Adams stated, if your action inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader. So my sisters and brothers, I hope you have to see yourself successfully leading or you never will see it, nor do it. And that's Real Talk. Again, welcome to the Real Talk with Judy show. I am Dr. Judy, the People Architect, and your Real Talk host of the Real Talk with Judy live radio show. And I want to say thank you once again for tuning in with me this nice, sunny, and cool Tuesday, February the 20th, right here in Tallahassee, Florida, on Hallelujah 95.3 FM. And those of you who are viewing by Facebook, YouTube, or the Hallelujah app, I want to say thank you to everybody who have taken time out of your busy schedule to tune in with me. Or if you're sitting at your desk and you're still working, I promise you, you're going to want to get some pen and paper. Some of you all know my guest. Some of you all do not, but you will get to know him in just a few minutes. He's as good as he looks. So we will get that started in just a few moments. And to all of you outside of Tallahassee, thank you once again for tuning in, because I am honored that every Tuesday you choose to tune in with me. And before I get going, I want those of you who are coming on, if you would please go ahead and tag everyone, tag every leader you know, because today's topic is Leaders Lead. All right. So, and while you're doing that, I want to say hello to my mama. My mama, Dr. Irma Hunter Wesley. The Lord let her live next Sunday, which we believe he will. Next Sunday, she will be 85 years old. 85 years old. And we are thankful for that. She is in Fort Lauderdale. And my sister from Scotland has left me. And she's now enjoying my mama, trying to get there before me. And she won. She won. So she's there before me. And to my awesome husband, my amazing husband, Superintendent Gerald Mandrell, thank you, sweetheart, for allowing me to do what I do. And to Sister Priscilla John Lewis, who is my marketing director and PR person. Thank you, Priscilla, for doing an excellent job at what you do. Greatly appreciate you so very much. Before I get into this very power-packed show, I must say thank you. Man, y'all showed up, Tallahassee, surrounding area. I mean, y'all came out to that birthday celebration. And I don't want people to get it twisted. That was my birthday, but I was saying thank you to the people in Tallahassee and surrounding areas, because you have been a blessing to my life. In one way or the other. Some are no longer as vital or out front in my life, but you too have made an impact on my life. And I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. And those who were able to show, some wasn't able, and it's okay. But those who were able, I want to say thank you so very much for your sacrifice for being there. It was absolutely phenomenal. And people are driving from Panama City and Orlando and Georgia and Alabama to celebrate my birthday and celebrating you all. So I say thank you. My biggest surprise, two big surprises. One was my sisters being there. They started my 65th birthday off grand. I believe that's the way this chapter is going to go for me this year. God is just going to surprise me with so many great things. My sister Cindy from Scotland flew 2 days and then drove 9 hours from Miami to be with me. That's a lot. She was jet lagged, but she came and she celebrated all the way from Scotland. My sisters Robin and Tanya and God sister Faye and Lori, they all came. And I want to say what a blessing. They came from Fort Lauderdale. They flew in Tuesday morning and they left Wednesday morning just to tell me happy, just to celebrate my birthday with me. Y'all, that said, and y'all see the boss man he's making, because man, that says a lot. That says a lot when your family made that type of sacrifice. My niece Kiara worked from 11 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. and she took on my sisters because both of them take care of my mom, but and my brother-in-law, my brother. But she stayed up way long past the time to make sure my sister Tanya can come to my birthday party, and so she sacrificed another 11 hours to be there with my mom, so my sister can come with me. Do y'all got to understand the impact of family, and that's real love, y'all. That's no doubt about it. I had people who say, God, I wish I had family like that. And my thing to them was, start now. You be the member of the family that you want to see your family be. So you do unto your family as you want your family to do unto you. And I want y'all to understand this. There is absolutely nothing, if at all possible, in our power. We would make a way to be there for each other, if at all possible. Occasionally, it's not possible, but whenever it is, we make it happen, no matter what it costs. My baby sister Carolyn Jay was sick, and she didn't even come to my party because she was sick, but she coordinated the party from her bed. Do y'all hear that? She coordinated that party from her bed. She was calling everybody. And Jay Larry, y'all gonna meet him. He laughing because he has worked with her. He is a friend of our family, and everywhere he go, we go. We follow him everywhere he goes. Every hotel he's at, we're at. Okay, we have our big events there. But I want to say thank you, Carolyn, and I'm just happy. I'm just happy, and to all of you who came and made this thing possible. And I must take a thing to go. Big, huge thank you to Priscilla, who kept the flyers and everything going. Dr. Davis, she kept things. Dot D. Y'all, Dot D is a phenomenal host. He just made sure everything was correct, and he was there. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. And Dot D, I just want to say thank you, y'all. Sometimes we don't tell people things, but Dot D, and he wasn't feeling well. He could have gone home, and because he was exhausted. But you know what he did? He stayed there to the end. Dot D, I want to thank you publicly for all of that. Don Shay Gilmore, a great cook in Tallahassee, she made things happen. They ate everything, all that food, except 10 meatballs, and somebody went and grabbed them. When they realized it was some meatballs left, I think 2 people was arguing over one, but 10. The guy said, I want all 10 of them. And then Melvin Collins, oh gosh, that boy is, and on my Facebook page, and it's on my page, so I can post as much as I want. That boy is one decorator of life. So, y'all get him. And then Big Hugh, Brandon Houston, comedian from Quincy. That cat was funny. He was funny. And y'all, he's ours. He's from Quincy. So sometimes we go way to California, bring these comedians in. Let's support Big Hugh. Let's support him. He's funny too. He's funny. And it's one of the best DJs in the world. And Vaughn Wilson. That Vaughn Wilson can rock a party. And he does it. He's good. All right. And last and certainly not least, Kimmy Johnson, who's my publisher. She unfolded my book cover to me and us Tuesday night, and it was beautiful. So y'all get ready for my book. It is coming. Happy birthday, Marcella. Her birthday, I think, is Thursday. Happy birthday, Marcella. My auntie Darn Strong is on here. Happy birthday, Auntie Darn. And Apostles Nikki and Carlos Collins had a big 10th anniversary celebration Saturday. Unfortunately, I was not able to go, but y'all, they are two very good pillars in this city. They work hard, they give hard. All right. So that's everybody for right now. I got to get into this. I am like super excited. I am the first to have Mr. President Jay Green on my show. I am the first, and I am so excited about it. I am so happy. He's a young man that I admire beyond words. I have always admired him. I have seen him handle so many different things, good things, hard things, challenges. And y'all see how he's smiling? That is how he has always been through everything he's gone through. And I want to welcome to you all, my brother, my friend, and an awesome leader, the director of sales and marketing for Hotel Indigo, Tallahassee College Town, the one and only Mr. Jay Green.
Dr. Mandrell, it's so good to be with you. Thank you for the invitation. It's an honor to be on your show.
Wow.
Yeah, we go back a long way. I know with all the success God has allowed me to have, I remember meeting you and Superintendent Mandrell years ago with my bishop, Bishop J. Philip Kirkland, when you were on Capitol Circle Northeast, and you all purchased some chairs from me. And we connected then, and we've been connected ever since. I was at your birthday celebration, had to leave early because one of my daughters had a soccer game I had to attend. But they started rolling pictures of events that you've had, and they all were with me. I'm like, listen, when you say, yeah, where Jay go, we go, that's not just something you say, it's something you actually do. And love our relationship, love what the show has been done, and what it has done and what it is doing. This brand and this platform is growing by the day. And congratulations on all your success.
Thank you so very much. And we have followed him. If he got a venue, we're going.
Yeah, y'all proving it.
It could be at the park, and we're going. Say, Jay Green got a hut at the park, and we're going because we follow good men and women. Yeah. And Brother Jay, you are good to us. You are good. You are a good man.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you with great honor. We really do. And when you came back on the radio, I was your first guest.
You were. Yep. Mother's Day weekend. Told the story of you and your daughter Carolyn, and I was honored that you would come and do that. And you are our first guest, and we've. It was a great conversation. Even I learned during that interview. So thank you for always being good to me.
Oh, yes, sir. And I want to say, y'all, he's here in Tallahassee, but he's good to Tallahassee. He's very good to Tallahassee. Everywhere he's gone, Hotel Duval, Hotel Indigo, he make it happen. When he was on the radio over at Cumulus, he just make everything happen for Tallahassee. And sometimes people tend to forget, but I don't think we will.
Thank you.
I don't think we will, because you have made a great impression upon our life. So tell the audience a little bit about you, great Jay. Some know you, some do not, and I want people to know you.
Yeah, I am just a son of a preacher. My dad grew up in a PK house and grew up in the church, and really had a love for radio. So I did radio here in Tallahassee, Panama City, and Valdosta. And I was driving back and forth for years, doing radio about also 6-7 years. And the kids were getting big because I love my family. Yes. And they mean the world to me. But I was missing stuff. I would drop my kids off to work, drop my kids off to school, and I would drive to Valdosta, do a day's work, come back. And by the time I get back, I was kissing them goodnight. So I said, no, this got to change. So I started looking for jobs in the area, and a lady by the name of Debbie Pascal, she was the director of sales and marketing at the Courtyard Marriott and Residence Inn up on Tallahassee North. She said, if you can sell radio, you can sell hotels. And she brought me under her ring for about 10 months and taught me the ropes about what I currently do today. So much so we're so successful. Hotel Duval came knocking. They recruited me down there to at the time, the premier hotel in the city. We went down there and did very well for 3 years. So much so they opened this new Hotel Indigo and wanted to take it to the next level. And they started recruiting me to come down there to take that product to another level. And currently down there breaking records, about to expand, add another 85 rooms to our portfolio. We'll be the second largest hotel in the city. and doing very well. Shouts out to IHG, some of the executive leaders for Intercontinental Hotel Group out of Atlanta. They saw the flyer on LinkedIn and they said, Jay, we'll be tuning in. So they're probably listening now. And we appreciate y'all tuning in.
Wow, that is awesome. You definitely doing a good job at Hotel Indigo. And not only that, your staff.
Yeah.
Your staff, Jay, is the epitome of the heart of Jay Green.
Yeah.
I mean, the courtesy, everything. And you know how my sister Carolyn can.
I love that lady.
You know, my sister Carolyn don't play the radio.
She don't play. Especially when it comes to you. She plays.
Oh yeah, now when they come to me, everything got to be 1, 2, 3. And I think my last birthday party, I think they stopped the wings or something. Yeah. And I said, Carolyn, there's no more. Oh, it was the devil eggs. I said, Carolyn, there's no more eggs like that. She said, none. Yeah. I said, no. I said, lady said she's not gonna bring any. She got up. She came back. She said, "Oh, they're bringing them. Yeah. They're bringing eggs. They're bringing some more meatballs. They're bringing some more shrimp."
Yeah. They know I don't play by my guests, my clients, and I treat everyone like family, but especially family. Like when we have our meetings weekly, it's a VIP event. Make sure anything they ask for, they get. And I think it goes back to number one, relationships, and number two, building a culture inside your organization that reflect who you are.
So we're going to get into this, Sean, because I know Jay has so much to give to us because he is a leader's leader. He is a leader, and he developed leaders. He's not intimidated. I want to say this so much so, Ravy.
Yeah, that's my ace.
Oh, that's my ace.
I love her.
Look, she served my party last year, and she said she ain't never been to a church party like that. She ain't never seen no church party like this. Y'all ain't got no alcohol, ain't nobody cussing. Y'all ain't got all that nasty, wretched music. She said, "This is the kind of church I want to join." And that Vaughn Wilson was killing it. Oh man, and she came to my party this year.
She did. I saw her. Yeah.
She came to my party this year, and she said, "I want to follow you." Yeah. So much so she want to come to our church. Yes. And you had some other people there from your hotel who came to church Sunday, and that's leadership, Jay. That's leadership. Yeah. You know. So, what is your definition of leadership? And today, y'all, the topic is. Leaders, you must lead. Leaders, you must lead. We don't want managers. We want leaders. And so what is your definition of leadership, James?
Leadership to me is someone that doesn't need a title to get to where they perceive the end goal will be. And I think so oftentimes, Dr. Mandrell, we have people who wants the title, they want the pay, but they don't want the responsibilities or the weight of leadership. And I think the problem in our culture now is that no one wants to own it. No one wants to understand that there's a weight and a burden of leadership. And I hate to tell anyone that if you want to be a leader, it's going to cost you. Mm-hmm. And what are you willing to pay to lead on another level? So that's where I am, the titles are nice, the pay is nice, the recognition is nice, but oftentimes leaders aren't recognized. Yeah. Oftentimes leaders do it because they know it needs to be done, and not because they're waiting for someone to recognize that they're doing it.
Yeah, and you just talked about the weight of leadership and the cost of leadership. Yeah. Could you go into that a little bit?
What do you do when you have to navigate balancing home life and work life or what you're leading, whether it's ministry, whether it's corporate business? What do you do when you have to say no to things you really want to do in order to be the leader that you are required to be? And I think that is when the scales begin to tip. Okay. Fortunately, one of my greatest clients is Florida State football. And I've had the opportunity to be behind the scenes with Coach Mike Norvell. He's a leader's leader. And the number one thing that I found out is the amount of work that he puts in that no one sees will blow your mind. I don't know how he keeps the schedule he keeps, but no one sees it. There's a weight on that. Spoke to his wife, Maria, a dear, dear person, a wonderful person. And she'll speak to, hey, this is how this is structured to make sure that he's successful where he is, but when he comes home, he's successful too. And there's a balancing act in that. And if you are an effective leader on a corporate or ministry, wherever you're a leader, there are going to be things and conversations that you have to have with people that love you that say, hey, I'm not going to be here for this. But let's find a common ground where I can be successful there and successful here too. And that is a weight, that is a burden. That is real, and it is and some of those sacrifices has to be made. And a lot of times people with manager or supervisory titles, they don't want to make those sacrifices. They want the power, but not the responsibility. They want the corner office, but not the weight of being a leader. And I think that is what separates the great leaders from just the average one.
Yeah, and that's true, Jake. And I know Carolyn is on here. She said hello to two favorite people.
I love her. Her and her husband Doug are phenomenal people. I adore them.
Yeah. Thank you, Carolyn. We were talking about you earlier. Jay said he's scared now.
Yeah.
So you come out there with a whip. Yeah. But and thank you, Minister Howard, for all of the people that you're bringing on. Thank you so very much. She brings on a slew of people, and I greatly appreciate you so very much. Jay, you and I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
And I don't believe people really understand the weight and the cost and the sacrifices of leadership, of being a leader, especially one who must lead.
Yeah.
Because it costs to lead. It really does. It costs to have to say no or to make this decision and to do that. And sometimes you can't go with honey.
Correct.
You can't go because I have to be here.
Yeah.
And that's when it's important that the spouses, and we want to say this, and the membership in church should understand that there will be times that I can't be there. Yeah. But that's when you have to know the heart.
Correct.
Correct. I didn't say this either, y'all. He's a preacher too. So of all that, he's a preacher too. Right. But you have to know the heart, and I think it's the leader's responsibility. You can chime in on this. That the leader must share his heart, or her heart, with the organization and the ministry.
Can I tell you what I love about you and Superintendent Vandera? From the outside looking in, I haven't been a member of Life Changers, but I see a lot. The responsibility on the regional, national, and international for you and your husband is great. My cousin buried his mom. I'm sitting in a sanctuary, and you as Superintendent Vandera walk in. I'm sure there's a lot of meetings and a lot of responsibilities in the grand old Church of God in Christ that you all have to be a part of. Yes. But you have leaders around you that home don't miss a step because of the responsibilities but that takes time of you pouring into them and for them to have the heart of you and pastor to continue to lead the organization while you're not here. That to me is the epitome of leadership. Even though my feet are in that building, I know that building is not going to miss a beat because I'm not there, because my heart is still in the building because my leaders are there.
Yeah. And one of the things to your point, Jay, we really train them to lead. Yeah. I believe that a good leader is not intimidated, because those are some smart people working with us. We have some Catholic run this whole church. Yeah. Doug, Danette, Antonio, they could run this church. They really could, because we taught them to. And they're smart. And we thank them for giving us the privilege to lead them. And so we believe that Pastor always say this: what he pours into people should make all of us greater than him. Yeah. He said, because he's going to give us everything he has. And as leaders, he's helping us to develop to be better.
That also speaks to the leader as well. A lot of leaders are intimidated with other leaders around them. They want to be the big dog. They want to be the one everyone looks to. And that will limit the impact that your organization can have.
Yes.
I think really in a corporate realm, when I hire people, leaders to work for me, I don't expect them to be with me always.
Mm-hmm.
Because my job is to take you to another level. And to be honest, up under me, I can't pay you what you deserve. So you need to go be me somewhere else. So so that is those are the type of people I want to surround myself with too. All right, you're good at what you do. Let me fine tune you. Let me bring you in.
Yes.
Let me get you to another level. And if you stay, you stay. But I fully expect that one day you'll be somewhere else growing and impacting that organization because of what you learned here.
Yes. And as I look at people out there in the world who have left life changes for one reason or another, you can see us all over them. And some don't want to give us the credit, and we don't even matter. Because when people look at them and come back and talk to us, they say, we see y'all all over them. Because we're trained. When Jesus came, he put his disciples through an apprenticeship, to your point, because he wasn't going to be here on earth always.
No.
So he had to train them to do. And we'll tell everybody, we are a leadership training church.
Yes.
We know what we're supposed to do.
Right.
So we're not in competition with anyone.
No.
And we know when God sends you to us, that means he's sending you to be trained.
Yes.
And we're not scared to lead.
No.
Because we're not going to tell you you're good and you're not.
Yeah.
We ain't putting no solo out there. And you're not. Angela Poole called and said, I need a leader for this song.
Right.
And we just gonna send Bubba because Bubba always no. You know, then that we encourage every leader who have allowed us to serve. Keep increasing your knowledge.
Yes.
Keep increasing yourself. Become marketable.
Yeah.
Become so when people look at you or they look at the church, they're not just calling for me. They're not just calling for pastor.
Yeah.
They want. Can you send Karen? Can you send Lynette? Can you send Antonio? Can you send Huggins? Can you send Lance? Can you send? And we're like, yes. And guess who's on the front row? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that. Yeah, Dr. D put that in my mind, in my spirit. So I was in a meeting one time, and Dorinda said something, and I said, yes, sir. She said, is that from Tallahassee? I said, that's from my program director. And she loves it. She loves it. We on there, 600 some people. She said, Dr. Mandrell, say yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna introduce her. Well, I hope I get that close to her when she comes, so she can hear yes, sir.
Yeah,
What Dr. said, she'll be up there.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, even Danette, as well as she sings, to me, Danette is one of the best praise and worship leaders anywhere.
Yes, she is.
I mean, she's anointed. Yeah. She's one of the best. But guess who class she's sitting in? Angela Poole. She's sitting in that class. She's sitting in Celeste Grantham class. Yeah. Because we say, sharpen yourself. Sharpen. Carolyn running that daycare. Yeah. But guess what? She go train. She go get training. Yeah. Because we want you to. Doug right now almost about to complete his PhD.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah.
Because we want better. Yeah. And to me, that's how leaders lead.
Yeah. And the sign of a dangerous leader is a leader that you can't tell them anything.
Oh,
a leader that don't want to continue learning. A leader that don't want to get better. And it stagnates the organization. And not only that, it stagnates everyone who's connected to them. So it's dangerous to be with or under a leader that don't want to get better themselves. Every day, if you're not getting what they call 2% better, you're regressing, and in a little while, today you won't be able to tell, next week you won't be able to tell, but 2 years from now you'll be able to look and be like, man, how did I get this far behind? Yeah. It's because you thought that you had it all together, and really we got to be progressing and getting better every day.
every day.
Yeah.
And you just said at least 2% better every single day.
Yeah.
And you should measure your knowledge. You should measure your increase. You should measure what you're doing. So, Jay, what does it mean? What you saying so much? What does it mean when I say leaders lead? What does that? But you said, let me say this too. You said something a few. If we're not growing, if we're not helping the people with us grow, we're not allowing the organization
Correct.
to grow.
Correct.
Or to have a greater impact.
Correct.
So we're not just impacting ourselves,
100%.
we're impacting the whole organization.
Absolutely. It's a personal, I won't say battle, but it is a intentional personal fight that you have to be a leader. I think, unfortunately, people strive to the level of leadership, but they don't understand what it requires to be a leader. And it starts with you. It doesn't start with telling people what to do. It starts with you. And if you can become better, if you can see the goal from the beginning and can strategize of how do we get there, and then once we get there, how do we scale this to be bigger and better than we ever dreamed, then you're not ready for leadership.
Not ready for leadership.
And I believe that there's levels to leadership, Doctor.
Yes.
I believe that a person over 10, not saying they can't be, but it's different to be a person over 1,000. And a person over 1,000 is different than being a person over 5,000. Listen, I think the world of presiding Bishop J. Drew Sheard. I think he's a phenomenal, not only preacher, but I think he's a real leader. But leading that organization is totally different than leading the local church.
Yes.
And you have to be equipped to do so.
Yes.
And unfortunately, people think because I can master this, and the Bible says despise not small beginnings, so we're not despising it. But if you think that you can master leading 5 and tomorrow you're ready to lead with 5,000, there's some development that you need in leading the 5 before you can lead the 5,000.
Yes.
And I believe, what does leading mean? Leading leaders mean, and that's the hardest thing to do. It's one thing to lead regular, not I want to say average, almost like a bad word, but hourly entry level people than to lead leaders.
Yes.
It is a grace to lead leaders. It is a grace on your life to lead leaders. The hardest thing to do is to be a leader of leaders, because you have to understand how they think mentally, because they're a leader of themselves. But you got to be able to pull them higher. So it starts with you. It starts with you being better. It starts with you wanting the best, not only for the organization, for your people that work for you, but you got to want the best for you and be able to sacrifice it together.
Yeah, and I believe that so much, and that's one of the things that I have promised me.
Yeah.
I have promised to myself that I will increase every single day.
Yes.
So I do not waste the people who have given me their time to lead them. Yeah. I don't want to waste people's time by not growing me. Yeah. Kimmy sat down with me and my sister Cindy. Both of them are, Cindy is like the editor, helping me edit. She helped me to format my chapters. Yeah. Kimmy came in and took those chapters and look, and we sat down. I sat down with Cindy for almost 8 hours one Thanksgiving. She put all of these sticky papers and asked me questions. Yeah. Even when I started this radio show, Greg James sat down with me for 4.5 hours. I love it. And he said, what is it that you want to accomplish? And I was saying this right here. He said, come on, Pastor Judy. Come on, let's think. I mean, and he slammed his hand down like that too. He said, come on, let's think. Put the paper up on the wall. Then that was the name. He put the paper, let's think about it. Let's think about it. He started telling me what he saw in me. Yeah. Then he said, what do you want to do? Yeah. And I talked about it. I said, I want a greater influence. He said, what does that look like? And for 4.5 hours, he drilled me. Yeah. Kimmy sat down with me the other day in Starbucks, 2.5 hours almost. And she looked at the book and what Cindy helped me write. And they both looked at it. And they started pulling out this. I didn't even see that stuff. I didn't even see it, Pastor. I didn't even see it. Yeah. And to me, they are the leaders of writing and publishing. Yeah. I'm not. And I didn't see it, but what they did was help me to see in a whole different aspect things that I left out that other people may want.
Yeah.
And then my goddaughter did the first Joy for You design. They told me, Kimmy said, let's use this for the teens and the youth. And let's do this. And I'm like, yeah. But to me, a leader pulls.
Yes. It sees what you don't see in you.
Come on.
A leader sees what you don't see in you. Yeah. And then drills to pull it out of you. And when you lead leaders, you don't necessarily have to tell them what thus saith the Lord.
Yeah.
You can, like they did to you, all right, let's dig deeper. Nah, there's more there. Let's dig deeper. And all of a sudden, you got sticky notes all over the wall because it's in there, and the leader just got to go in there and get it. Yeah, they see what's in you before you even
see it.
Yeah.
Before you see it.
Signs of a true leader.
That's a true leader. And the leader can't be afraid
to
lead because it's you.
No. Yeah.
You know, you can't be afraid to lead.
Correct.
Because it's someone else.
Yeah.
Or you think that person got
Correct.
it.
Yeah.
You know, I told the people around me, thank you for giving me the permission to lead you, but don't you ever see me making a mistake or see me about to fall or see me doing something silly and don't tell me because it's me.
Yeah. I got you.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because that means that you're not living up to your full potential.
Correct.
You're gonna allow me to slack.
Yeah.
Because of the title.
Yeah.
Without making sure I don't slack.
Yeah.
So I don't slack you.
Yeah.
We can't do that.
No.
We can't do that. Oh, how would you suggest that leaders motivate their team despite conflict? Because we're gonna have conflicts.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you're gonna have conflicts, but it goes back to relationships, Dr. Judy. I think that in order to lead to the highest level for the greatest impact, you have to have real relationships for the people you lead. Because you correcting someone that you have a relationship with, they know where that correction comes from.
Yes.
And a lot of times, especially with other leaders, if they don't know your heart or you don't have the relationship with them, it's going to be hard for them to receive the correction that you have to give them. Because every real leader has to have hard conversations.
Yes.
And the relationships that you have with your leaders enable those conversations to be received in such a way they'll have the effect that you want it to have.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, so oftentimes a lot of times we want to correct people that we don't have relationships with. And not to say that the corrections isn't received, but it's not received in the right spirit.
Yeah.
It's not received in order to have the biggest impact, in order for it to move the thing forward. Because really what we want in correction is for us to get it right.
Yes.
And no matter how you say it, no matter how you put it, for instance, whenever I walk into my hotel every morning for 2 years, I've been in 2 years now, I put myself down, I get out, and I do a lap. I speak to everybody in that building before I start my day. Everyone that I see.
Hold on. Leaders take note. Priscilla, y'all somebody able to write this stuff down. Y'all type this in there. What's the number one? Because you're helping us.
Yeah.
And so leaders lead to build relationship. And he's telling us this man has his cells and everything. Everybody want to go to Indigo. Everybody wants to go there. But we do. Everyone want to have it. And they got good food, good service. But Jay Green really is. We don't know the people in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We don't know them.
Yes, sir.
We don't know who owns, and we don't know. I don't know. We don't know any of those things. But they're building an Indigo in Orlando or somewhere where we go.
Yeah.
But if we go there and we don't get the service that we get from Jay Green and his staff at Indigo, we're gonna write a bad review.
Yeah.
No, we are.
Yeah.
Because we expect that. Right. And so, Jay, I want you right now, because you're going into now how to be a relationship. A relationship is important. And some people think that I be like, they think Judy ain't real. No, I got to be a relationship.
Got to.
I have to. I have to build a relationship with you. So tell us about how you walk in your door, Mr. Green, because your people are like you. I get that.
Yeah. Every morning, and it's like clockwork. I put my briefcase down in my office. I do a lap from the laundry to engineering to food and beverage to front desk, and I'm saying hello, good morning to everyone. And just trying to just a few minutes of how's your day, what's going on, and it takes me about 15 minutes to go through the building. But I want to touch base with everyone. So when I come to them and ask them to move something or get something done, because I'm like you, Dr. Mandrell, the standard is the standard and we're not lowering it for anyone.
That's right.
But we have to build relationships with people. So when I need them to move something or get something done, it gets done without any recoil. Because they know, hey, Jay wants the best for me. Jay wants the best for the client or for the guest. He wants the best for the building. So if you're asking me to do it, 9 times out of 10, it needs to be done. So those relationships are from the housekeeper to the chief engineer. I need those relationships in place so that we can make sure that we take care of our guests. We have blown, and I'm not just tooting my own horn. My vice president of Park Place Hospitality is in town. IHG, they're listening. They're probably gonna kick me for this, but it's okay. They asked for a profit and loss statement. Normally, you don't disclose that, you don't share that. But we have a pilot program that we're doing in-house. To come to Tallahassee to do it first. I don't know why. They have hotels around the world, but you go to Tallahassee to try stuff out. So they sent the P&L up to to the IHG corporate. Phone rings 15 minutes later. This is what my boss says. They were blown away by the success that hotel is doing. And he said, listen, we have good products in the right location, but it's the people that makes the difference. And we're willing to move that forward. We're building another 85 rooms. That was supposed to be residential housing. Our ownership saw the returns of getting on a hotel. And it's like, we'll be a fool to do anything else other than add more rooms to it, because availability is a problem.
Yes.
A lot of times I have to work with Carolyn to get your stuff in. Like, all right,
I know.
we got those conversations. Jay has these dates. It's hard to get in. So they're like, hey, we can expand and do it more. But that's because you build a culture inside of your organization that we're going to take care of the guests. And I'm so glad that you talk to the staff, because a leader is nothing without a staff. And,
come on, talk about that too. I mean, oh God, I got to go in just a minute, but you're saying so many good things.
Yeah.
You just talked about building the culture.
Yeah.
You just talked about the leader is nothing without a staff. You talked about Coach Novell and everything that he does in the background. I had the opportunity through Carnegie Compile on the AK.
Yeah.
She don't play now.
She don't either. She's about hotel looking about
to. But she brought me, and I became friends with President Thrasher.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't get in.
Great man.
I couldn't get in, but she brought me in to him. And I want to say that to the leaders, you go up by people.
Yes.
People bring you up.
Yes.
People bring you up. People not just saying Judy Mandrell.
Yeah.
No, people are bringing that up. Yeah. And your work speaks for you.
Yes.
Sunday night, I received the President Lifetime Achievement Award with some other great people in the city, and the W.E.B. Du Bois Humanitarian Award. Yeah. But this is what Cooper said, Dr. Chad Cooper. He said, when I first came to the city and asked, he said, your name came out from so many different people. I didn't do that. People. Yeah. And so talk about the culture and the staff right quick.
Yeah.
Building because here in church, pastors, you build a culture in your church.
Yes.
President, you build a culture for your company. Yeah. Everybody, you're building a culture. Yeah. And if you're not a good person or whatever, your people are going to be just like you. Talk about it, Jay.
It's intentional, Dr. Judy. It is an intentional thing every day that you're building culture inside your organization. And if somebody doesn't fit your culture, you have to have some real tough conversations. Either you're going to fit this culture or there's a door. Because one bad apple can mess up everything that
Yes,
you're
it can.
trying to build,
Yes, it
especially
can.
on your leadership team. So there is an intentional thing. I have tomorrow. I am at Felicia, the caterer Felicia, one of my favorite caterers. Don Shea is another one, but Felicia's coming in and she's catering a Champions Luncheon. I'm hosting a Champions Luncheon every quarter for people inside of the building that goes above and beyond to make sure that the sales department is successful. And our 12 people, they're gonna have lunch with me. We're gonna spend time together. You're gonna have a great meal, and for me to simply say thank you. So that's what we're doing. You'll see it on Facebook, we on social media. We'll take some pictures and on LinkedIn as well. But you do things like that. Number one, to show people appreciate it, and number two, to continue to build that culture is that you mean something to me, and I want you to portray what I give to you to everyone else that you encounter that comes through that building. Yeah. So we're doing some things. It is increasingly every day is an intentional thing, and that's what leaders have to understand. You don't wake up like this.
Yeah.
It's a day to day. You think about it throughout the day. You don't move just for you. You move for the benefit of your staff and your organization, and that's what real leaders do. And
and Jay, man, I told you he was a great leader.
Thank you so much for recognizing
so much wisdom, and I watch you. And when Carolyn made come, and I listen to my team. I really do. I listen.
You got a great team.
Oh yeah, God has blessed us with some great people, and Carolyn take care of everything outside with all of the vendors and everybody. And you're one of her favorite people. She wasn't lying. You're one of her favorite people, but she also watched how you lead, and she watched your team.
Yeah, it's important to me, and I'm glad that people pick up on what we're doing, because it's not something I'll put on a flyer and run down the street with it. But when you come to that building and do something with us at Hotel Indigo and you encounter our staff, I want you to feel that. Like, they care about this event. They had one yesterday, they have one tomorrow, but they seem like that's the only event I have this week. And I want you to feel like that when you come to Hotel Indigo, from the clean rooms to just a good time to celebrate whatever you're celebrating.
But do you know that's how they make you feel?
Yeah.
This is the most important event.
Yeah.
I mean, they do, and they find out who the person is.
Yeah.
Well, I'll say with us,
Yes.
even with our anniversary, your crew you had at Hotel Duval.
Yeah.
You know, the crew that you have here.
Yes, man.
Even your family make us feel like we're the most important people in the world.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, Jay, they find out who the person is that they're celebrating. And even in the midst, and every last one of them have done this, even in the midst of they're doing certain things, they'll come to me and they'll say, happy birthday.
Yeah.
When we was over there, with happy anniversary, happy birthday, Carolyn birthday. I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you. So as we prepare to go towards the end, to me, and I wrote this, that leadership, it's like being a leader. It's like a GPS. Because if you get in a car and that GPS has not been updated.
That is good. That's good, Doc. That is
and
good.
that GPS has not been updated. It takes you all around, and you end up. I remember we were driving one night late in my husband's truck, and I don't know where we ended. I'm like, baby, this is a dead end.
Yeah.
I said, you got a gun? Somebody come out here. You got to save me. You got to save me. And he said to me, maybe they didn't update this GPS.
Yeah.
I am following this GPS, and now we're lost.
Yeah.
Talk about that before we end.
Okay. I will say this. The most, and I found this out, the older I get, the more successful God has allowed me to be. The most valuable thing I possess is time. It's time. A good leader is like a GPS, because they can get you to destination quicker than you can reading a map or an outdated GPS. And when you invest in leadership, on a good level. I'll be honest, I was happy at Hotel Duval. Let the record reflect. I had no problems at Hotel Duval. When it came to me, the ownership had to invest in what they thought were a good leader. I was a little bit more expensive than what they previously had, but they wanted more. the investment pay, the return on investment paid off. So I said all of that to say, when you have the right GPS in place, it'll save you time, it'll save you money, it'll save you steps, and it'll get you to the destination a lot quicker than you did if you didn't have the level of leader that you had in place.
Wow. Jay, this has been good.
This is good. I enjoy being
This
here.
is really good. Y'all enjoy Jay? Wasn't Jay good? Jay was phenomenal. So y'all do me a favor, share this on your page.
Please.
Share this on your page. This is where, and I'm bringing in top-notch people, y'all, because this year we want all of us to stretch the leader. We're going to deal with one day leaders dealing with jealous leaders.
Yeah.
How to handle that. Because it's going to be the real leader of show. This is what Elliot Shepherd told me one time. We was at church and this lady was really jealous of me for real, Jay. Everybody knew that lady hated me. And she was just arguing at me. So Elliot said this, Pastor Elliot E.C. Shepherd. Pastor Elliot E.C. Shepherd, one of my main mentors too. But this is what Pastor, he said, Judy, let me tell you, he whispered in my ear while the lady just fussing. He said, don't say nothing back. He said, cause right now she's winning at being the fool. But if you open your mouth and you argue back, y'all gonna be tired. That thing, he said, so don't you say anything because she's winning.
Yeah, she winning.
Simple as I don't know what.
Yeah.
But powerful. And until this day, it taught me a lesson. I don't argue with the arguing fool.
No. No. Here's what I love about what you're doing, Dr. Vandrell, is that people pay good money to travel the nation to find out about leadership. You are pulling great leaders that we have in this city to the forefront and say, hey, let's talk about leadership. So don't miss an episode, don't miss a show. Compile all these together. Hopefully we're podcasting these so you can be one place and just go next. Because the one you did with Bishop Gray was amazing. So I'm not going to start singling them out, but this is a format and a platform that's just taking our city to the next level. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so very much. I have somebody else to tell me that. But y'all, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Jay, you're absolutely the best. I want to say thank you. Thank you so very much. And Tallahassee got a lot of great people in it.
It really does.
We have a lot of great people in it. And I'm all for people bringing in other people. That's what they want to do. I am bringing in the people in our city. Yeah. In our city. Because Tallahassee is a good city. Yeah. And I want to thank you all for listening. And as I said, share it. Go back and get your pen and paper, take notes and all of that good stuff. But I want to end the show, this great stretch leadership show with Jay Green with this. Simon Sinek said this. He said, a boss has the title. The leader has the people.
Yes, sir.
Boss has the title, but the leader has the people. And I brought in a man today who has the people. And Jay, we thank you. Y'all join me tonight for Bible study. One of our elder-elect, Minister Stephen Davis, is the teacher. That young man is great. He's coming up. He's going to be ordained. But prior to that, we have, I hope that's right. Yeah, prior to that, we have Elder Witherspoon, who come with prayer points. And y'all, he has been, I think we're on number 105. He has done 105 Tuesday nights, giving us prayer point for 30 minutes.
I hear another book.
Yeah, that's what Marcella told him. Dr. Marcella told him, say, take those points and put them in a book.
Put them in a book.
And speaking of Dr. Marcella Torres, she's having her book release Saturday. Also, Talitha Edwards is having a book release Saturday. And so, y'all, this is what it's all about. And I invite y'all to be our special guest Sunday morning at 11 a.m. And I want to say this. Right before I close. Thank you, Doc. I want to say this right before I close. The Lord gave me back last year to start a prayer. We did not miss a month of prayer. The Monday after the first Sunday, we have been praying. And because of that, so many different prayer groups have started. I got to hear this real good. So every prayer group have called me to sit on their board. So come April the 7th, y'all know they did a prayer at the moon last year. Mm-hmm. So come April the 7th this year, we're going back to the moon. But check this out. I mean, hundreds of people coming. Because I was trying to figure out, God, how are we going to do this whole entire city? So we had the prayer every Monday after the first Sunday. We had the prayer summit. But the other night on FSU campus, thousands.
I was there.
Thousands, Jay,
Yeah. It was amazing.
of young people, hundreds, and somebody say if not thousands, gave their life to Jesus.
And hundreds got
And
baptized in
100 got
at the
baptized
fountain.
at the fountain.
Can I take a step further?
Yeah.
The tradition at Florida State University is when you're 21, you get drunk and go jump in the fountain. God repurposed that fountain, cleansed it as those young people, and some of them probably jumped in there at 21, is a new life in Christ that night. The Unite FSU did a phenomenal job. We were involved with that. All those people stayed at our hotel. It was a great event. God is up to something amazing in Tallahassee, and as leaders, we can't miss it.
He told us, he said, Judy, we'll make this Tallahassee a city of prayer.
Yeah.
But not just with me, Jay. And so why did he call me to do it? Because I know how to connect with everybody without having to take the credit. And ain't none of us taking the credit. We're all coming together as one.
Yeah.
Black, white, young, old, Hispanic. I got a meeting with 3 Hispanic pastors who want to come and be a part of the prayer for this city. Y'all see what this is? That's what this is all about. Man, I love y'all. Thank you so very much. I look forward to many, many more. And until next week, you all, until next week, the Lord said the same. I'll be back Tuesday morning. But I want y'all to remember this: your vision, your dream, your hope, your desire, everything you want to accomplish is possible if you only believe. But remember this: you have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. That's real talk.
Real talk with Judy. Real talk with Judy on the radio. Real talk with Judy.